Denzel decides they get into an argument, they going back and forth. Denzel decides to punch Joshua in the face through the car. Joshua ain't going for that. Joshua gets out of the car, pulls his gun, and shoots the guy. Continues to shoot, takes his life, gets in his car, peels off. So imagine, you go to church on Easter Sunday, right? Everything's cool. You know, they got the cool songs. Pastor preaches, long as hell like usual because it's Easter. Everybody's going out. And then you see the pastor's son shoot somebody in the parking lot who also is a minister at the church. Not only does he shoot him, but the guy starts running away and he chases him down the street and continues to shoot him until he is no longer alive. What would you do?
Cry, scream, run in the opposite direction.
Well, this is what happened at a church. So this entire story is shocking, right? And it actually blew up and kind of got a lot of media attention because the pastor's son was sleeping with another minister's at the church wife. And the guy tried to confront him in the parking lot, and the pastor's son ended up taking his life. So this is exactly what happened. So there was this guy named Denzel Branch. Now, Denzel was an upstanding member of the church. He started dedicating a lot of time there, spending a lot of time there. He, was a part of multiple ministries in the church, and he actually got ordained at this church as well. So he was actually married to a woman named Brianna. Now, him and Brianna had a beautiful family. Everything was perfect online. He was a good husband, good father. Like, everybody loved him. They went to church religiously. It was beautiful. Until at a certain part, his wife started acting a little funny. And he couldn't figure out why. Like, she started acting funny with him, being annoyed with him. All of a sudden, she wants a divorce. And he don't know why his marriage is ending. Then he starts doing some research, and he finds out that his wife has been having an affair with the pastor's son. So he gets it in his mind that he's going to address the pastor's son at church and beat his ass. So all throughout church service, and I guess afterwards, the pastor's son had heard rumblings that, oh, this guy wants to fight me after church. He's going to do something to me. I don't know what to do with that. So what happens is, after church, he approaches Joshua. Now, Joshua is in his car, and Denzel walks up to the car. Denzel decides they get into an argument, they going back and forth. Denzel decides to punch Joshua in the face through the car. Joshua ain't going for that. Joshua gets out of the car, pulls his gun, and shoots the guy. Denzel tries to take off running, and he follows him down the street, continues to shoot, takes his life, gets in his car, peels off, leaves immediately. Now, this situation would get worse because he would eventually turn himself in and be charged with murder. This is the news story covering it, and it actually shows not only what happened to Joshua, but how it affected the community. And how it affected Denzel's mother.
Service in South Dallas. Police say the confrontation started with an argument between two men. As NBC5's Alicia Barrera explains, the suspect and victim had close ties to the church.
Good afternoon. It was Easter Sunday, which meant that a lot of people were home, and most of them witnessing when that man was running down 56th Street moments before being gunned down.
He was running on foot. He was running.
All evidence now cleared out, but the images still vivid in the minds of neighbors.
Just scared. I don't want my kids to be, in the front by themselves playing.
Easter Sunday celebrations along 56th Street.
Me and my family, we was in a house playing games.
Blocked off with caution tape after multiple shots were fired.
And all of a sudden we heard two shots. And then next thing you know, you hear pow, 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 pow.
I seen that the guy was laying, on the ground and, people were yelling.
Police say Joshua Xavier Andrews ran from the scene but later turned himself in and confessed to shooting Denzel Branch. He's now charged with murder.
The only thing I know is that it started at the church down the street down there, and we seen him running this way.
According to the arrest affidavit, witnesses told police both men had attended Easter services and got into an argument outside of New Generation Church. Branch allegedly punched Andrews in the face, which led the suspect to pull out his gun. Andrews later telling police the argument stemmed from a love triangle after the victim's now ex-wife had an affair with Andrews. Witnesses claim both men had close ties to the church, including the victim allegedly serving as a youth minister.
Apparently, they both had close ties to the same woman as well. That was the problem. So, the whole situation is crazy. The first part, the fact that this happened at a church, and now the entire community surrounding the church is scared to let their kids play outside because the church got so much drama going on, people getting shot in the parking lot.
Right.
That's crazy work. But also, what do we say about the woman who decided that she was going to sleep with the pastor's son when your man's in the same church? That's crazy.
That is foolish.
That's yeah. And I don't know, it's just drama. Do we blame the woman as well?
Absolutely.
Facts. I'm glad we do because that's just dirty. Why are we doing that? You couldn't pick nobody else. And the pastor's son was, of course, a pastor as well, but he was also the music minister of the church. And you know what they say about those guys? Oh, yeah. They either they're allegedly either hoes or gay. Either one of those. But those are usually the most diabolical guys in the church is the guy that does the music.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The one that be singing in the back. Yep. Oh, he gonna sing to your bitch as soon as he get a chance.
Absolutely.
He gonna slide on her. All that Jesus shit go in immediately. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And the thing is I think that this would not have been a murder charge if the pastor's son did not chase him down.
Right.
If he would have just shot him after he punched him, it would have been self-defense all the way.
Yeah.
But the fact that you followed him down the street and then decided to take his life, and I guess you had no mercy at that point, is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Especially when you took his wife and his family.
Right.
Not just his wife, but his kids too. Like, this man lost everything.
He just took it on the chin.
Yeah, bro. You could have got
take your punch. She gonna come back later tonight. Like, come on.
You know what I'm saying? She ain't going nowhere.
She not.
She filed for divorce. She ain't just leave. She filed for divorce.
Right. She's coming to you. She's coming back. You won.
You won. I don't know. This whole situation is crazy. The mother of Denzel actually did an interview with the news, and she talked about, how she felt about the situation. And what she says is actually pretty surprising to me because I wouldn't have been talking like this.
Pastor shot and killed after church service here on Easter Sunday sat down and talked to us not only about how his life ended, but also what's next for her family and the church family.
Minister Denzel Branch.
This is youth pastor Denzel Branch being introduced at church this past Good Friday. The 31-year-old served as a minister at New Generation Church in South Dallas. It's also where, just 2 days later, on Easter Sunday, his mother, Shayla Wilcox, learned he was shot and killed.
I remember having a feeling of being so dizzy at first. And then I just screamed out that I trusted God. That's him.
The grieving mother shared these photos of her son, a father to 5 kids.
Here, he's with the boys.
Dallas police say after Easter service outside New Generation Church, Branch punched his ex-wife's boyfriend, Joshua Andrews, through an open car door window. The fight escalated, and police say Andrews got out of the car and shot Branch several times.
He preached his last service on Friday.
His mother now leans on her faith and memories of her son's dedication to his church.
Today shall not be with me.
He sang with the choir. He's also part of the ministry at the pulpit team and the prayer warriors. I mean, he was just involved in everything. He's always bubbly.
Dallas police say Andrew surrendered and confessed. Shayla Wilcox shared this message about her son's accused killer.
Even with him, I'll continue to keep him in my prayers because they're still children. They're still somebody's baby.
In Dallas,
yeah.
I'm Scoop Jefferson.
That's a good woman.
That's an amazing woman. I wish I had an unwavering faith like that. I'm not there yet.
I don't know anybody who is.
I'm not there yet.
She took that too well.
Yeah.
It's sad and it's crazy that it had to go that far. It seems like, that's what I was saying. From how involved he was in the church, he probably didn't just feel like his family got taken away, his church family, something that he had dedicated a large part of his life to, got taken away because it's not just... Now, like, this is the thing. She's still going to the church.
The wife?
Yes.
Oh, no.
She's dating the pastor's son who was... So when he preached that last weekend or this whole time, because this had been months since they got divorced, and then they had started before that. So the entire time you going to church, you in this man's face, and now the guy that's spending time with your kids and in your woman's face is the pastor's son. The same guy that ordained you as a minister. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's hard. So
yeah.
I feel like he had, I'm not saying that he was right by approaching them and then, getting violent, because after that, you don't get to decide how it plays out.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying, it just seems like a lot of people should have handled the situation better.
Yeah.
Better. Like, wifey didn't have to go sleep with the pastor's son, bro.
No.
Like, that's crazy work. And now her kids grow up without a father.
Right.
Because you wanted to be hot in the pants.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
I don't know. These are the things that happen when you can't control yourself and you just allow I don't know. It seemed like he had. Yeah, I don't see why she did him like that.
And I'm assuming that the church knew.
Yeah.
And they was all cool, just coming back together, letting this man still preach here. If I was the head pastor, I'd be like, son, I give you recommendations somewhere.
You ruining families in our church.
Right.
That's crazy. You can't do that.
And she's not gonna come in here and sit next to this man while you in front of the church preaching.
Come on, G.
Come
exactly.
on. Were the children present? I have a lot of questions.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't do that.
No.
It's supposed to be a safe place for everyone, but
right.
also a man to bring his family. You can't be my son and the leader of the praise worship team, and you got here, ruining families.
Yeah.
Like, come on, G. So yeah, unfortunately, that situation ended in a bad light, and like I said, the guy ended up getting charged with murder. He could have easily avoided a murder charge, but I guess emotions got too mixed up. They arguing back and forth. God put his hands on you, and he decided to take it all away, even after the guy started running away from him. Because I didn't even know that when I first started researching the story. I thought that they just fought. I thought the dude just hit him and then he shot him, and that was the end of it. I didn't know he chased him down the street.
That's crazy.
And then now even the reputation of the church in the community is ruined.
Right.
So it's like,
that's his family's church.
Exactly.
He really didn't care.
Exactly. You didn't on the block, in front of it, laid him down. Like, that's crazy.
On Easter Sunday, that's when the saints and the sinners show up. Everybody was there.
Exactly. So, matter of fact, I'm glad that nigga went to jail.
I am too. That's where he needs to be.
Because you didn't have no respect for no one involved.
Not a soul.
Not even your father.
No.
What he built. So bad situation. But as we get updates, we'll let you know if anything else changed, if we get any new information. But unfortunately, that's how this story ended.